Thank you for staying tuned to Fireworks. And today we're looking at the worrying Southern Kaduna killings. And well, wherever killings take place, it's a thing of worry. But I'm taking on the president of the Southern Kaduna People's Union, Mr. Solomon Musa. Now, it beats the imagination that some people just embark on a killing spree. Perhaps they just love to kill. We must have a deeper understanding of what fuels this killing, what caused it historically, and especially what's the history of relations between the people of Northern Kaduna and Southern Kaduna, so that we can understand better why these killings continue.
The relationship so far has more like been the partnership actually of the horse and rider for a long time. We have been accommodating, we have understood. Key political positions have gone, we have not been favored in terms of whether key political positions, in terms of so many facilities. For example, I will tell you that there are, as at 2003, a census was carried out, an audit of institutions in Southern Kaduna, in Kaduna State. Out of 80 federal institutions, only 7 are located in Southern Kaduna. Out of probably maybe all the educational institutions in Kaduna State, almost more than 80% to 90%, they are only in the zone 2, particularly zone 1 and zone 2. We have been able to bear all that. Now, but you see, the Southern Kaduna man has come under all kinds of ferocious attacks, sometimes without justification, without...
Now, recently, the State Police Command paraded suspects in the killing spree that took place in early February or in January. I can't immediately recall. But they found that Muslims, well, the Fulani and the Southern Kaduna indigents who were paraded. So that suggests that some of your own brothers too, Southern Kaduna people, also perpetrated, some of these attacks.
Now let me put this in let me place the record right. 17 people were paraded. Their names were given, but you need to find out where were they arrested. They were all arrested in either Chukun local government or Kaduna South local government. They were not arrested in Southern Kaduna, that is the 3rd senatorial district.
Does their location matter?
Yeah, it matters.
Tell us why.
Because the reason why I say it matters is because these people were not, let them come out and say that they were arrested as a result of the killings in Southern Kaduna. They were arrested either as a result of banditry and other reasons, but not for the killings, the attacks in Southern Kaduna. They're not. What they have done is to just parade some people to show that they are working. Now, I tell you this.
But the police said there were suspects arrested from the most recent killings.
Well,
are you saying that the police command lied?
I am saying, that's the truth. I am saying that the police are being economical. Yes.
Now, is it true that the Southern Kaduna people have begun to stockpile weapons?
Not to my knowledge. Not to my knowledge.
But if you take proper care to investigate, to find out the people who have been killed, to go to their graveside, shouldn't you also be worried that the Southern Kaduna people may indeed be stockpiling weapons and confirm whether they're stockpiling weapons so that the situation doesn't degenerate into war?
Now, let me tell you.
Shouldn't you also do that, investigation to that effect?
Yeah, let me tell you this. We have told the world and we have told our people. 1, protect yourself, defend yourself, but never take the laws into your hands. That's 1.
But protecting yourself is highly suggestive.
I have had meetings with our own people, with the 53 ethnic nationalities, and I have tried to encourage them. 1, to encourage them. 2, to tell them to conduct themselves lawfully. And I've tried to find out, is there anyone? Of course, let me be very fair. If someone has a gun in his house, he's not likely going to tell you. But from my own investigation, from our own investigation, There's nothing like stockpiling any weapons. I tell you, it's easy, like the governor has been cavorting and saying a lot of things, it's easy to give a dog a bad name in order to hang it. And that is what we have seen. Consistently attacking Southern Kaduna people, consistently changing the narratives, consistently trying to shift the blame and telling the people he's attacked the church, he has attacked our elders, he has attacked religious leaders, he has attacked all manner of people, all the people, he has attacked our women, he has attacked our youth, he has been intimidating everybody.
How has he attacked all these people you're talking about?
On air.
How do you mean?
On air. When you come out to say, look, the perpetrators. Now, you are the government. You haven't set a panel yet to investigate and to come out with a report. And yet you come out to say, look, the people of Southern Kaduna, the indigenes, are conflict entrepreneurs. They are getting money from outside to destabilize the state. The church is
What
used.
if he's able to prove this?
Well, let him prove it. Let him prove it. Now, does it not surprise you, Ukola? Does it not surprise you that the governor of a state is not concerned about the attackers? He has not focused on the attackers. His focus, you have failed in your duties to defend and protect the people. Yet the people who stand with cudgels, with cutlasses, with matches to protect their own home, your focus is on them and not on the attackers. He has, more or less, it's as if he is exonerating one side. It's like he is announcing to the world that he's not a governor for all, but he's a governor for just a few people. And that's not too right.
Now, let's look at the possibility of peace. But before we look at the possibility of peace in 2017, let's rewind back to 2014, when there was a peace conference by the government at that time, and it was reported that Sokapu withdrew at the point where an agreement was supposed to be reached. Why did Sokapu withdraw?
Honestly, I know that the peace, the body setup, Sokapu actively participated. I wasn't the president then, and I am just hearing, I know that a certain group withdrew. I'm not aware, let me say this, I know I'm on camera, let me say it, I'm not aware that Sokapu withdrew. But if for any reason Sokapu actually withdrew, it must be on good reasons. But
if you say good reason, what could be good? What could be adjudged good for withdrawing from a peace process? Let
me give an example of now. Some persons have been concerned that there should be dialogue now. And we have told the world that we are for dialogue. Anything that will bring peace, we will support. But the challenge that we are saying, for example, here, I'm talking of this present time. The challenge we threw is this: number one, if we are talking of dialogue, you are talking of two disputants. And where you have two persons in dispute, you must be able to identify what the dispute is all about. You must be able to identify the parties in dispute. But in this case, what is happening is people are staying in their houses, sleeping in their farmlands, and they are attacked by so-called unknown gunmen. Now, when you are attacked by gunmen, and the governor says they are from 14 African countries, and you say you want to broker peace, we will demand, we will ask, bring the people from the 14 African countries. When you bring them, let us know what is the problem.
Okay, so the people are saying, let's know who the perpetrators are.
Yes.
So you're not saying that. That's why you can't move forward. There's no closure for the people. Yes. Is that what you're saying?
What we're saying is, look, if you want to have peace, if you want to discuss, you should be able to discuss with the actors. Who are you going to discuss with? Are you going to discuss for the sake of the click lights? Are you going to discuss to just satisfy the world that you are discussing, carry out a charade. If you don't want us, please allow us to exit, because we can exist. We can live as, we are bigger than Singapore, we are bigger than Japan, we have more resources than Japan, we are bigger than so many countries, we are bigger than Gambia. So what's the problem? We may be landlocked, we may have some disadvantages, but yes, we are prepared, you know. And in the minimum, at least, you don't want us to be part of Kaduna State, give us our own state.
At the start of this discourse, you also talked about, you pointed out that the Miyetti Allah have been gracious enough to acknowledge that these round of killings are reprisal in nature. Now, we know that the threat is not just from the Fulani coming from the neighboring African countries. Do you think that ranches could be a solution to this issue? I mean, to reduce the points from which conflict emanates?
Yeah, I think definitely, you know that cattle rearing is private business. And all over the world, I've not traveled to too many countries, but the few I have traveled to, I have noticed that what they have is they have their cattle confined. Now, we are talking of the year 2017 now. And so people are still talking of grazing reserves where cattle move freely.
Now, let's close this way.
Yeah.
Nobel laureate, Professor Wole Soyinka, in his own musings about the southern Kaduna killings, and indeed killings throughout Nigeria, says, kill religion before it kills Nigeria. What are your thoughts on this?
Okay,
if indeed the killings are religious in nature.
Yes, it's not about, I think it's to kill religious fanaticism, religious extremism. The killing, I think it's John Donne that said, the killing of any man diminishes him. And I think the killings going on in Nigeria...
Diminishes the murderer?
No, diminishes everyone. When a man is killed, it diminishes you, it diminishes me, because I've been, something in me has also been killed. And so what we need to do is actually to ensure that religious extremism is brought to an end.
Thank you very much, sir. That would be a good way to drop the anchor on the program today. And even the governor has acknowledged that there cannot be peace without justice. And side by side with that, let's also draw from the motto of the Southern Kaduna People's Union, which is unity, peace, and progress. When both sides of the conflict realize these virtues, perhaps there can be an agreement to chart a way forward, so that you know, the country, and indeed Southern and Northern Kaduna, can be preserved for the future generation. That's how it's been on Fireworks today. Of course, join us again, same time next week, when we'll bring you another interesting edition of the program. I am Bukola Samuel Wemimo. Bye for now. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir.